Does it say, when I die, if heaven doesn't want me? Seems all rather poignant, doesn't it? Wonderful clothes you see here. Great heat, as you can see. Great heat, a packed crowd. It's all fairly sweaty, humid, sticky. 61 to win, 8 overs to be bowled. And that's a wide down the leg side. Ambrose starting his 8th over with the indignity of a wide. It's now 200 for 3. The crowd are applauding it, and there's quite an element of Pakistani support in this huge Port of Spain crowd. Look at that. Isn't it marvellous how this has developed into such a thrilling contest? Well run. It was well called by Inzimam-ul that time. You can't tick him off for running them. A leg bye was called. Asif Mushtaba didn't know where it was. Inzimam-ul made the decision. And Samsung forever in Pakistan. This telecast is part sponsored by Samsung, and I bet all of them. Ambrose to Inzimam-ul. Slow one, it's 4 runs, and that's about the 5th time it's happened in this innings. The fine outside edge through first slip, if there had been a first slip, for 4.
Yes, most professional players will tell you this is the best shot there is in a one-day game. Off the edge, either through the legs down to fine leg or an outside edge. But you wish you could sometimes.
That's well placed. Hooper had quite a lot to do to go to his right before he could grasp that. But so far. Well, that was a slower one. Umpire Buckner wondered about signalling a wide, didn't he?
I think the old umpire there did, Henry. He just got the arms going a little bit and thought, well, am I being a little bit harsh on him?
It was a question of shall I, shan't I, and in the end I didn't. If he hits, he's out. No, he's not. Well, that was a marvellous throw by Desmond Haynes, who aimed, but Asif Mushtaba did break the record for 22 yards then. Golly, the thrills and spills of this sort of finish.
Yes, I bet Desmond Haynes can't believe that he wasn't out. It looked as if he was going to be out all the way, and then that's a tight squeeze. He might just have been out with a couple of inches, but you can't expect the umpire to give that. That looked just out by a whisker, but not with the naked eye at normal speed. That's a good decision by the umpire.
Comfortable single to Richardson, 9 off the over, 208 for 3, 52 to win, 7 overs to be bowled. It's going to be a cracking finish, and at the moment, Inzimam-ul and Asif Mushtaba seem to me to have taken the psychological advantage a little bit away from West Indies. Can they keep their heads? It's going to be a great test, this, of Inzimam-ul-Haq's temperament.
Yes, and it would help Pakistani if the batsmen who are in did not get out. It's much harder if you've got to come in and strike 7 and over than it is if the batsman in 7 and over. They've got a good chance of making it if they stay in.
Oh, that's a marvellous stroke. 4 runs. Golly, what a good shot. It was wide, it was short, it may have asked for it, but it got it with generous interest.
Yes, I think they like the faster bowlers bowling on this very slow pitch with no great bounce, because the ball's coming on and they can use the pace of the ball to whack it,
bit by bit, a little more Pakistan's way. Here is Bishop. Another single. I think I said Bishop. I was intending to say Courtney Walsh. Courtney Walsh, the Jamaican, who's such a good... Here comes Courtney Walsh. Well fielded there by Gus Logie. When he dropped that ball, he spun round as though he'd been struck by an electric shock, didn't he? Fearing they were going to pinch an unjust single. Well, he had it under control, and they didn't. Every ball is a nail, or at least a tin tack in somebody's coffin. Yes, that was actually a good stroke. He put off for a moment, thinking that Walsh might get across and pick that up, but it was too far for the fast bowler to stretch. As I was saying earlier, Jeff, Mushtaba has got simply to concentrate upon giving Inzimam-ul-haq the strike.
Quite simple, really.
Well, he's hit that a little bit bottom-handed, and there's a bad piece in this fielding down there by Jimmy Adams. Just shows, and another piece in this fielding. Well, if they'd been attending then, they might have gone back for the third. If Inzimam-ul-haq had seen the second misfield by Adams, you know, pressure's getting to the West Indies, isn't it?
Well, I did mention about once you bring them under pressure, real pressure, pressure of losing the game, what a mess he made of that, didn't he?
Look at this bit, too, the replay. Here, the
Third run could have been, but maybe they wanted Inzimam to have the strike. I think you've got to take every run, not worry about who's striking, because it's really a runner ball now plus 5.
8 runs off the first 5 balls. 9 runs off the over. 217 for 3. On the edge of the, if they aren't sitting on the edges of their seats in Pakistan at this moment, I shall have something to say to them. No, he's looking at it. Bishop to Inzimam-ul-haq. Just the single. I think Asif Mushtaba might have been interested in the second if he had thought that it was Ambrose and not Richardson who picked that up. It looked for a moment as though Richardson was going to field that ball. He let it go through to Ambrose. Asif Mushtaba, who has 18 admirable runs. "19 admirable runs. It is extraordinary when the West Indies went off with 259 for 4. I think we, in our hearts, felt it may have been all over by the shouting. 41 runs are now required. 34 more balls to go. "40 runs to win, 33 balls to go."
Not too much batting left. Wasim Akram, who can bat Rashid Latif, the wicket-keeper, they are playing with basically a batsman less to accommodate their bowling. But on the whole, you should say in this situation on a good pitch, the batting side should win.
Well, that's a splendid half-stop by Hooper. Saved 3 runs, but they've got the single. 20 now to Asif Mushtaba. 39 runs needed.
But the one thing about one-day cricket is that nothing is ever certain. It can change so quickly. A couple of wickets, a couple of silly shots, or a run out, and Pakistan could be in deep trouble at trying to get...
13 wides and no balls by the West Indies. Oh, well, he didn't quite pull it round far enough. Well stopped, half stopped by Desmond Haynes. Bishop now to Asif Mushtaba. Never fails Asif Mushtaba, pushes everything for a single. 223 for 3, 6 singles off the over. So there are 5 overs to go, 30 balls that is, and 37 runs needed to win. It could hardly be more exciting. This is a 45-over match because Pakistan only bowled 45 overs in the allotted time, while the West Indies caused mayhem, scoring 259 for 4. But a mayhem that at the moment it looks as if Pakistan are going to return with interest.
Yes, I think the Pakistan batsmen have to keep thinking that with 45 overs, that not all the 5 bowlers have to bowl the allocated number of overs, but there's going to have to be certainly 2 overs from Simmons or Hooper, and I think those are the crucial overs. Hooper's bowled 6, Simmons has bowled 7, but either of those or together there's got to be 1 over each, or one of them's got to bowl 2.
Walsh now to Asif Mushtaba. It's in the air. Is it going to be? And it's been dropped. They've got 2. Jimmy Adams got to that. Couldn't hold on. And 3 runs have come. Well, that was a brave stroke by Asif Mushtaba.
Well, it was either brave or foolish. He just about gets there through his hands, and not an easy catch. He's at full stretch, he's running very fast, he doesn't have time to steady himself, and in tumbling over and going for the catch, which I think is right, a captain will always pat you on the back for actually going for it. You must go and try and make the catch. They managed to scramble a 3rd run.
Just the single. Adams again, and while that ball was in the air then from Asif Mushtaba, that the entire Pakistan nation had its heart in its mouth. That ball was going away from Adams all the time, a very difficult catch. And there's Wasim Akram in the middle, he's in next. Golly, there must be some tension in that room now. Isn't it exciting? And it's gone away over the top, and that's going for 4 runs. Adams is not going to get that. That was a wonderful blow. Marvellous blow by Asif Mushtaba.
Well, this is turning out to be a big over for Pakistan. And a dreadful over for West Indies. That near catch gave 3 runs, and then this boundary.
The 100 partnership between these two, inzimam-ul-haq and Asif Mushtaba, has just come up. They came together at 130. It's now 231 for 3. 29 needed. More runs here. Just the 1 to Desmond Haynes. 28 runs needed. 25 balls we got to go. Was it 20? 33 for 3. 81 to inzimam-ul, 82 to inzimam-ul. The scoreboard for once was a little dilatory. 28 to little Asif Mushtaba. There's certainly going to be 1 there. It's to Adams. No, this could be a run out here, but in fact a good throw. There was fatal hesitation. Inzimam-ul went, is now having a debate at 22 yards distance with Asif Mushtaba. They got away with it, boys, so keep your hats on. 235 for 3. Well, that was nearly the mix-up of the century.
Well, I was just thinking that Inzimam, he makes mile running between the wickets look wonderful. He's a beauty. Doesn't know whether he's going to run himself out or everybody else, but he can bat.
Well, I think everyone's blood pressure, to say nothing of their pulse rates, has zoomed. Even the West Indians, I think. They may be feeling a little bit down, but they're still on the edge of their seats because they can win this. 235 for 3. There are 4 overs to go. 25 runs needed to win. 25 runs from 24 balls. Can I feel your pulse, Imran?
Well, Henry, I always thought we would win it.
My dear Irving, are you being just a trifle wise after the event?
No, I have to say that when West Indies had scored 245 to 59, obviously we were all struggling. I mean, here, the Pakistani contingent, we were worried. But Ahmed Sohail is really the one who launched us.
Hooper now to inzimam. That was a long hop. My goodness me, I wondered if he got a nick on that the way Junior Murray went after that. A wasted opportunity by inzimam-ul-haq then. Just off the thigh. Delicate.
That's right, Inzimam, you can see he's playing a different game ever since he relaxed a little bit more. He's chosen the deliveries which to hit, and then the ones to leave alone, to look for singles. I mean, he's really been a lot more selective. And Asim Mujtaba, I have to say, has played an equally important role.
More runs, 4 runs. It was a bad ball, it was really short. He swept it away rather than pulled it away, placed it perfectly, and that's a very important boundary.
You can see, Henry, that Asif Mujtaba has got a very good cricket brain. You see that he places it. He's not trying to hit anything unnecessary. He looks for the gaps. He's looked for the singles. His mind has been working throughout.
20 to win. Noodled away. That was clever. Well done him.
Again, Asif was very sensible. He saw the fielders right on the edge of the circle. He took a very good single.
Sorry, Imran, interrupting you. 20 balls to go, 19 runs to win. So balls have overtaken runs. Oh, they're going to get 2. He still doesn't know where it is, Richardson. In its way, it was rather funny that. He stopped it, but he couldn't find it. 2 more runs to inzimam-ul. 243 for 3. $17 to win. 19 balls to go.
Really, Pakistan shouldn't lose it from here.
Another easy single. Logie picking up.
The stage has reached now really for Richard Richardson to stop the singles, and the moment he tries to stop the singles, there'll be gaps in the outfield for 4s. And that's what Pakistan must be aware of. They shouldn't really throw the match away from the stage by looking for big hits. Asim Mujtaba, of course, is very sensible. He's not done anything silly at all. But Inzimam, every now and then, does something which makes the Pakistani supporters get worried.
So the water cart is coming on, which in a way is a little bit of an anticlimax with 16 needed to win and 3 overs to go. But Imran, all logistics and everything else and common sense apart, what a heady moment for cricket. What a wonderful triumph for the game today.
That's right, there was a huge crowd, Henry, and they all came to watch some good cricket. And no one thought that the way West Indies scored those 259 runs, no one expected Pakistan to put up a fight, especially since the way our batting has been performing in the past few matches against the West Indies. And the way they've come back will give Pakistan a lot of encouragement. And bearing in mind that they don't have Javed Miandad in the team, this is just a very young team playing. And and of course, not to forget the way Pakistan fielded. I thought it was one of the worst fielding displays. It's a very commendable performance, and it will give Pakistan team a lot of hope for the remaining series.
Yes, and while you're allowed to be a Pakistani, if it is what you are, I shall now assume a West Indian hat. It's been a great game of cricket as far as they were concerned. Richie Richardson's innings, after that 68 of Desmond Haynes, it still isn't over. West Indies could get up and win this, don't let's forget that. And then we had Hooper's little cameo, Simmons stayed there, and then, of course, we had the Pakistani onslaught. The West Indies fielded magnificently for a time. The pressure then got to hit them, so we saw after a while that they too were only human. Golly, it's had everything today, and you don't always, or you very seldom get a game that's had this match. But if Pakistan win, of course, a fantastic game for them. And let's have a word again for ICI Pakistan. All of ICI Pakistan must be on, well, I said the edge of their seats before. Probably it's late at night, on the edge of their beds maybe, but this telecast is sponsored by ICI Pakistan. Two runs off Ambrose's first ball. Inzimam batting very sensibly, just taking what's on offer, not trying to slog. He's now got 88, 14 are needed, 17 balls to go. And as Imran says, if logic is to be followed in this game, Pakistan should win. But judging by what we've seen so far, that's a very big if.
Interesting to see now, Inzimam is so much more relaxed. He's not got that frustrated look on his face which he had most of his early innings when he survived really by default, because he tried a lot of times to get himself out. Now he's relaxed. He knows what the target is. He knows what he's doing, and we mustn't forget Asif Mushtaba, who really helped him a lot by talking to him, by making it making him understand that the target is not attainable only through boundaries, but singles were important.
Ambrose to Asif Mushtaba. Opened the face so well, didn't he?
Henry, this is the sort of wicket where Asif has played most of his cricket. In Pakistan, we do have these wickets, slow, low bounce, and this is a perfect wicket which our batsmen have got used to. And Asif is an expert. I mean, he's not a flamboyant stroke maker, but he's a run accumulator who's, as I said, been bred on Javed Mianda's school of batting, which is to accumulate and know where to get your runs.
12 needed from 15 balls. 11 now needed from 14 balls.
Another sensible stroke by Inzimam. He understands the situation now. He's not trying to be over-ambitious now, which he was trying to do before. And I'm sure this innings is going to do him a lot of good. I hope he realizes where he went wrong early in his innings, so that he doesn't repeat these mistakes in future.
And that's a splendid stroke there by Asif Mushtaba. It's 4 runs. That's a decisive blow. 253 for 3. 7 runs now needed. 13 balls remaining.
That was a great shot again. Look at him. He's placed it beautifully. He hasn't tried to hit it hard. He's just clipped it. He saw the line of the ball. He clipped it between two fielders. He bisected the one at square leg and fine leg. And that really has typified his innings. Lot of sense, lot of intelligence.
You know, Inzimam may have done a lot of the hard work, but my goodness, Asif Mushtaba has taken it on in the closing overs. And there he is again. It's going away for 4 more, into the gap with marvellous batting. 13 in the over. 3 runs needed to win, 2 overs to go. Pakistan, I'm sure, cannot believe it. All of you in Pakistan, everyone watching Sky Sports in England, even West Indian audiences, sad they're not winning, but I'm sure there will be a lot of support for Pakistan. Look at those grins.
Yes, I'm really pleased for Wasim Akram.
And it's 5 o'clock in the morning in Hong Kong. And an enormous number of Star viewers still with us. Isn't that terrific? And I think we're waiting for the end. The police there to protect the players as they come off.
Yes, I am pleased for Wasim Akram. I think he really needed this. Everything went wrong for him the past 2 days. He really wasn't very happy today in the field when all that misfielding was going on. He has taken the chances, he has gambled, and it must give him so much pleasure to win a game of such importance and such a lost cause at one stage.
3 to win. It's a full toss. It's gone away, and that's it. It's gone away for 4 runs, and it is all over. Pakistan have won by 7 wickets with 11 balls to go. They've got back in the series just when it seemed they had no hope. The West Indies now lead after 3 matches by 2 games to 1, and look at that for unconfined joy. They can't believe it. Confidence is flooding back. The manager there in the middle.
And look at Wasim Akram. He must be, as I said, so happy. It's a young team. For the team, it must be so wonderful to pull off a win which was so improbable at one stage. All credit to these wonderful batsmen, the way they played. With Asim Mushtaba for his intelligence and Inzimam in the end for the way he stroked the ball.
Imran, I'm going to expect you to do a handstand on the commentary box floor at any moment. It is terrific. And any side that can score 260 runs to beat the West Indies in what had become a 45-over match deserved it. And there you are, W.G. Grace in the middle, and grins on everyone's faces. Inzimam-ul has done so well, so too has Asif Mushtaba. Gosh, he played well in the closing stages. So, a day none of us here will ever forget. And in what a setting. And let's now have a look at the day's scoreboard. Here we have the West Indies innings. Lara went early, then when Haynes got out at 115, Richardson 46 in 27 balls, the Pakistani fielding fell apart, and when West Indies finished at 259 for 4, from 45 overs, which was all there was time for, it seemed all over, a victory for the West Indies. The Pakistani bowling was not very exciting either. Atta-ur-Rahman, he did very well. 10 overs, none for 31. But the first 2, Wasim and Waqar, went for 112 between them. And now this was the decisive innings. What about that? A wonderful start, Amir Sohail and Ramiz Raja. A clumsy stroke, a run out. This was the Pakistanis, the world champions. They may not have Imran at their helm, but they played World Championship cricket today. Inzimam-ul took them home, so too did Asif Mushtaba. Inzimam-ul 90, Asif Mushtaba 45. And the West Indies fast bowlers won't enjoy this. Bishop, the solitary, successful man. Ambrose and Walsh went for 112, exactly the same, curiously, as Waqar and Wasim, the 2 Pakistani champions. Isn't that strange?
I don't think that's strange, Henry, because the wicket actually did not suit the fast bowlers. It was a slow wicket, and in fact, the faster the ball came, the easier it was to hit it.
Well, what can one say more about a day like that except sensational?